Yeah.
Obviously,
Yes.
I'm often
Ah,
things
oh,
at the
that
front,
hurts.
and I see one or two people on the team. You don't
He
see the
bounced
entire
back.
thing until someone else has streamed it or videoed it.
Not so high.
So it's a different
Little
perspective.
bit gentle. Yes. Yes. Mm.
Right, as always, if you're doing one of these events,
Whoops.
it's a good idea
Yes.
to try and find a spectacular
I used to find
jump as you possibly
going
can.
into the free camera and detaching the camera and then doing it used to be
Thank you to anyone else.
Yeah,
easier
so-
because then you could see what you're doing.
If you're
It's
overshooting,
always great. It helps the channel.
Yeah, yeah.
For some reason, it was quite easy for me.
Yeah, this is another side effect, I think, of.
If you get the hang of it, you can.
Yeah, it's just
Master it quite easy.
a little bit.
Oh,
Getting
I think I
high.
got it.
Yes, it's fine now.
Hey,
The green one is still trying the opposite way.
Yeah.
Can you
mostly there.
can you open your hatch?
No, that's true.
Hatch.
One in,
Cargo
Antonio,
sloop.
I assume he's talking about on the Vulture.
Yeah.
the game actually
No, that's landing gear.
Yeah, it's
and
okay.
allows us
Nice.
to see
It's
what we
also
want to
nice.
see.
Hold on. I
Sideways,
don't know if
yeah,
I've got
this
it
is the thing, always sideways, for those of you who don't play Elite, is
enabled
basically
in modules.
the game gives.
Oh yeah, I
Gives
do
out a
actually.
series of colour
Okay.
and ship names. And ships usually named after various kind of snakes.
There we go.
Hence orange side.
There you go. There's your front porch for the Apollo cap,
Yeah,
for
no,
the
that's
lunar
actually
module
it's
capsule there.
computer
The
says
cargo
it.
hatch.
It really is. It's
It could
very-
Everybody in.
it could be it could look like a building right now, you know,
And
it
it
like
doesn't.
like
Oh,
a
yeah,
door.
it could
Please
do.
play ball with me,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Just once. Yeah, it is.
Because you know it's like a door.
Really
What's
is,
missing
like,
is
for an edition. Did pretty much the
a
same
stair or
thing.
something.
Did a mass landing. Worked perfectly. Try it
Let's
this
see
time.
from near.
Everything goes wrong. Oh wow, the game has crashed. Error code
The
orange
landing gear,
sidewinder. There
nice.
you have it, people.
Ah, just a
Yeah, the
moment, let me
famous or
put-
the infamous
got the T9
orange sidewinder.
also. That's
Oh
T9
my.
and T10.
I think that means the connection with the servers
So,
is
and,
temporarily gone. It doesn't actually mean that my local internet connection, the internet connection needs to be fine, everything else is working okay. I'm going to try and get back in as you do.
Yeah, if you don't have an
And
SUV, you take
hopefully it's a
the
bit more stable this time.
It looks like the SRVs are genuflecting at the Vulture.
Yeah,
Like
also, I'm going.
the Vulture
They're, like,
is the high
worshipping it.
Yeah.
I'm interested. How is this SUV, this green one with green stripes, keeping this position? It's impossible. He's balancing. It looks like he's balancing on his front wheels,
Okay, so I
but
seem
it's
to have
not
appeared
touching anything.
above the
You know? We are
surface, 200
touching with
kilometers
our
above
backs,
the
but
surface. Okay, that's not so bad.
Huh.
Magic.
I'd rather head away
The
from
grey
it.
SRV
Or-
also has that position though.
So yeah, the frame rate is not the best right now. I do
or it's
Oh,
touching
man.
something and we don't see it.
Could be.
I might try and join the voice on.
Oh.
Maybe
It's
this
just perfectly balanced.
this
Yeah, it's pure skills.
yeah. Yeah, if you can also dance a little around a bit, then we would believe it.
Some people in orbit already.
Because I would think to
Fly
see
away
what
from the
happens if I
planet.
start
So
doing
I'm
a little
outside the
power.
galaxy. Oh, I can see a few commanders here.
Nothing much. I think
Cool.
power is
Well, I'll move
disabled. I
slightly
have
further
to
away from the planet,
activate it. Oh yes.
and then pick
I'm
a
generating
nice target.
Mm,
To which to
some-
fly through. Actually, I'm going to go to the rings and use that because that's always a good one. Yeah. Which voice chat should I join?
Interesting.
Who is
Okay, I can
free-ish?
move the thrusters of the wheels.
Who will I join today?
But
Queen's-
the back wheels don't seem to
Yeah.
have enough traction to do anything.
Yeah, let's go to voice 5. Actually, who's trying to wing me in right now? Whoever they are, I will join them.
Oops.
Yeah, I don't. When I'm in the camera suite, I don't have any control other than the a slight bit of
Yes,
the ability to do the wheels. Once I get back in cockpit mode, I've actually got the control.
We
to tip back onto the wheels.
Oh, someone else managed this as well.
Oops. That was not what I wanted.
Bye waves.
So the next thing is we all try to get on the T9. But it will not be possible because it's shutting down our machines if we are too near to it.
Well, the idea, as I understand it, is to get a running start.
Yeah, making height and speed.
Yes, but we would need something like a ramp to have to get a little bit.
Okay, this is cool. This will do nicely.
Oh, what about this right here?
Give me a nice angle.
No.
That's always the thing. When you're
No.
an event leader, you always want the most
Too far
spectacular
away.
angle possible. And that's the
So
main
let's
criteria,
see
really.
if I am.
Oh.
To be fair, we did do this, so I think we do.
I think
Oh, we get on the
Make
vulture,
sure
and the
I'm
vulture
targeted.
is getting us on the T9.
Ah, there
I
we
think
go.
the ramp should be okay if you have the right speed. Let's try this. Oh. Yes.
Excellent. Decided to drop on you guys because you're literally the smallest active voice chat at the moment. So hope Sigma doesn't mind me doing this.
Okay, I
You can
overshot.
drop in whenever you like.
Oh,
Right.
Next one.
At the moment, I've just dropped near the gas giant, so we can use that as a mass jump site. If you want to join me,
Right.
please do. I'm going to cross my fingers. We're going to have some damn luck with this one because we've had literally the worst instancing tonight I've ever seen. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating
Yeah.
the comic effect either. And those of you who've been doing this for years can probably agree with me. This has been really, really weird. See, people are just dropping in now, just like that. You know, really easily. Okay, which one? Brian has just dropped in.
Right.
Okay, which one is Brian in right now? And also JBL has dropped in. Are they in a different one completely to us? Or are they just not in the voice chat at all?
Okay,
I'm just trying to find out.
so let's see.
Are you actually in space now?
Yeah, I've completely come to a stop in regular space.
Right, okay.
I'm gonna. What I'm gonna do, I'll start looking for a jump target while everyone else can just because we've already got in this wing. I've already got Infernal Moose. So just a brilliant name every time I see it. JBL, as in barely O version of JBL, BE8, Brian as well are all here. I will try and wing anyone that I can in, but I say there's no guarantee that's gonna work. I will try. Yeah, I'll try whoever wants it basically, but don't assume that it's gonna work. I will try you, Sigma, first, just in case it does. So, it's just the error message just come up again. So you know.
Oh, hello. Made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good, isn't it? Actually, people are seeing each other now. Well, I'm seeing people. It really helps. Okay, let's have a look. Let's go to the star map and see what we can dig up. Okay, let's have a look what the choices are today.
Try to do a mass
Right.
jump out. Did I understand correct?
We are in a minute. Yeah, I'm just looking for a jump target so we can mass jump. Say today's meet was going to be short, but it's going to be even shorter than normal because of if we're having all these struggles, it makes sense to just do whatever we can while we can. And then just save the actual proper sort of serious meetup for tomorrow, which we're going to do anyway. The idea was always going to be this was going to be like a 45-minute to an hour, a bit like the launch, really. You know what I mean? Similar to the launch, just like do this stuff, get on with it, and then we'll like have a more serious meet the next day. And yeah, the launch was a bit smoother. I will
That's not a
say.
good idea.
What's not a good idea? Someone collided with you.
No, starting.
Okay, cool.
Oh god,
Right,
all
I'm
these
gonna-
SRBs Type 10.
Oh wow.
Right,
Sounds
we're
good
still
too.
down. We're still down on the planet's surface, just getting into shenanigans
That's
at the
fine. That's
moment.
fine. Yeah, cool. We've got to do that. We've got a while anyway.
Right. So we'll start making
As I
our
say,
way.
like I'm. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, I'm just like getting stuff together anyway, so it's no particular hurry at all.
Okay. But yeah, the mass landing was a success. We were just listening to your stream, so we knew what to do really. It went well.
Yes, it went well. Nobody crashed.
But I've had to do this just doing it completely blind.
Oh god.
Oh, well, I'm glad it worked though. I'm glad it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Tell
had
you what,
about-
I was really appreciative
That's the main
of
thing.
Yannick. I really want to thank you for the simulation that you posted of coming over the mountains with the lunar lander, because I'd
Yeah,
never
that was good.
really gotten a good perspective of that landing before. I'd heard they come into this fairly interesting spot to land, but I'd never actually gotten the perspective of, oh my goodness, they actually did skim the mountains coming over. Unlike all the yeah.
Yes, the only
Exactly.
thing that
As you say, it's amazing.
every time what you see on TV is the last approach, and you see basically it's quite flat. The topic is quite flat. This
I think
part
that's
was-
mainly because the camera that's on the lunar module that everybody would have seen on the television is just pointed in the wrong direction. It's pointed almost directly down.
Did something
Whereas,
explode right now?
yes,
Yes.
looked like a T10 or
Oh,
a
it was
T9
Type 10.
exploded.
It's a Type 10.
I think he was trying to fast track back into space.
Really?
The Suicide
Possibly.
Express.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Right.
But yeah, no, I really appreciate that because especially with the view out the commander's or the pilot's window of the LM, where he would have actually been able to tilt his head properly to look forward, as opposed to the camera that we all got, the camera view angle that we all got on the television way back when. So yeah.
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah. 100% that, exactly. As you say, because the camera, when you see it on the TV looking forward out the viewport, is fixed. So you can't see, obviously, his head movement and what he's doing, but they've obviously described it. They've gone through the motions in simulations and stuff. But yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? I say of all the Apollo flights, that's the one that sticks out in my mind. I mean, I think it seems to be like the what's the word for it? The sort of connoisseur's choice almost when it comes to people who know a lot about the Apollo program, just because it's like you could argue like the last three missions, because they were like the J series, they were the science-based missions, did the most in terms of like scientific investigation, etc. But where Apollo 16 landed wasn't visually that interesting. Apollo 17 landed in a valley, which is probably about the second best, most visually interesting kind of place, the most dramatic ones or whatever, which is kind of cool as well. But like Apollo 15 wins by a huge margin when it comes to just the sheer breathtaking scenery of the place. And as you say, nearly like skimming the mountains as you come down. It's kind of, I mean, I've been a fan of piloting in space since I've basically walking, but that's an extreme thing to do, isn't it? You've just got to blank out all external sort of stimuli and just focus on that, because any slight mistake and you're just toast, and there's no way you can come back from that either. No way you can get rescued. You probably wouldn't survive the impact anyway. So it's just an amazing people, really.
Of course, they had to, modify the lunar module to handle some extra weight on the J missions, because of course they had to haul up Dave Scott's gigantic balls.
Yeah.
They have for everyone on all
No,
the
it's
missions?
funny, isn't it?
I mean, hey, you could say that of any Apollo
Sorry, could you
pilot,
repeat
but
that?
I
You're
mean,
breaking up a bit.
yeah.
I mean, the integrity on those things makes a smart car look like a tank.
Oh, good lord, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was noting earlier that
No, it's
if you've ever seen a display of a lunar module in a museum somewhere, just the mock, or because I know there are several lunar modules that have never been used, and they have them on static display, both the upper and lower sections. But those have to be modified or held up by wires because the lunar module cannot actually hold itself up in gravity. The landing legs would collapse under normal Earth 1G. So anytime you've ever seen one in real life on the ground here on Earth, it's been modified in order to do so.
Yeah, because some of them were also like not the actual lunar module. Some of them are like training versions, which are obviously like built in the shape of a lunar module, but they're not built in the same way. Because obviously they are designed to be walked upon by people under
Right.
1G, and some of those are the training modules. But you're right, the actual lunar modules that never flew, like for Apollo 18's lunar module that never flew, is like the one that I think you're describing that's held up. Because I think it may be the only one that actually was totally complete but never did a mission. Because obviously, like 18 through 20 Apollo landings were cancelled, and the bits of it were reassigned to other things. But yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's like there's also these different like bits of the Apollo program all over the world, really, and mostly in the US. But you do get some bits outside of it, like I say, the Apollo 10 command modules in the Science Museum in London. I think there's a few bits on loan to various museums around Europe and Canada as well. But it's just wherever you can get to see this stuff, go and see it, because it is just. It's remarkable how they went to all these places in such small machines, both the command and lunar modules. It's like they're tiny, tiny places,
I think I'm going to need a wing invite.
And then there's the whole aspect of your smartphone in your pocket has more computational power than
Oh, yeah.
not just what flew, but what the entirety of NASA had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the smartphone
amazing.
has more computing power than the computers on board the ships and whatever was in the back room at Mission Control.
And then some.
Yeah, yeah. But if you actually, I think Scott Manley did a good video on this where he was noting that although they aren't as powerful in raw computing power, what they are doing with their job, your smartphone still couldn't do because your smartphone is just not set up for it. And
Right.
of course,
It's all the programming for it.
yeah. Plus, it's also they had to, there's a certain amount of planned obsolescence and stuff like cell phones and computers and all that, cars, which is just not. You're not going to see that in spacecraft. Here's a good example. Just a real world, mundane example of what I'm talking about. Your average
Braben's
car
tunnel.
is just. It's meant to break down. You are supposed to get a new car every few years. But you can't do that with airplanes.
Oh, I'm in.
And if you've ever, there are many examples of planes like Cessnas from the 1950s that are still around and look in pristine condition because you do not build planned obsolescence into aircraft. And so they didn't plan for that sort of thing in spacecraft either. I mean, look at Voyager.
Yeah, that's more a case of running out of nuclear battery and just transmission power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to do that eventually, but the actual parts of the spacecraft, if they could get a new power source to it, would actually still function just fine.
You're saying about aircraft
Yeah.
there, I just think it's the same with helicopters as well.
Yeah.
It's more of a passion for me.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember
Yeah,
going
they're
to...
mostly wing aircraft, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember going
By the
to
way,
Cape Canaveral as a kid. Oh, I think I was like 7 years old when I went there. That was very fun.
Okay, there we go. I was going to ask about that.
Closest system on the list.
We'll jump at 22:10 to give everyone enough time to like do what they need to do, get everyone else involved as well and winging in, because obviously because everything's been so fragile today, I don't want to push my luck with this one and say let's jump on the hour, and then at the hour we're having to keep delaying it. So let's say 20. That makes sense. So 22.
Okay, now I know where everyone's pointed.
23 pins.
So now I can actually line up properly.
Wow, that's an interesting paint job for. I think it's an Orca.
Yeah.
The red.
I guess if you talk about my Orca, mine's the red one. So yeah, it's another one there. I'll have a quick go. That's a good point. I'll do external camera actually to identify what you're talking about. And
No.
hello, anyone on the stream? This is where we are and what we're doing. Yeah.
Commander Wilk Magic. Oh, it looks like he's got a bespoke paint job.
Yeah. What do you mean, the member one? Or,
I'm talking about the red beluga.
Beluga, exactly. It's beluga. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
different
But
instances
everybody's
to
got-
me, so I can't see everything. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Meanwhile,
Oh, okay,
here I
I
am.
must be in the.
No, this is a current theme today. It's like, even if you're in the same voice chat, you're not necessarily in the same instance as somebody.
Oh, right, right.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
It's all
hollow
fine.
white that this aspects took me on all of Distant Worlds 1 with.
Yeah.
Only
It's
difference
like-
is it has the decals.
That's very good, actually. That is a genuinely vintage ship, then.
Why I'm in
Yeah.
the shadows and the other one is in the... What is shadowing us right now? The planet?
This ship,
Yeah.
I don't know.
exact ship took
Okay,
me,
we're building instance nicely.
exact
The,
ship
the
took me
beluga
through
is
all
starting
of
to
Distant
get
Worlds
dark.
1.
Something is... Some shadows.
I think any ships like that have done you well and will, you know, have served you well over long periods of time are definitely worth keeping. Especially
yeah.
Incoming
occasions.
fuel.
Yeah.
The last kilowatt year and a half between 7 and here is
I mean, notice
when I flew this.
Receiving fuel.
Because it's a lot slower. It only
This
has
ship, I haven't-
33 light years. No
If anyone's in the
engineering.
instance and they can wing people in, please help and to do that, because it just makes life easier and we can wing
Okay.
in a lot of people together if we keep doing that.
invites?
Let me see it in the chat. I think is it Johnny Flash needs one. Because I'm external camera at the moment, I can't do that and
I
bring
can do
people in
Johnny
at the same
Flash.
time.
I can do Johnny Flash. I've already got one of my friends.
Cool.
I'm going to try and wing as many people in as possible.
I gotta say, the instance I'm in, I'm looking at like 1, 2, 3, we got a good number of people in here.
This one's
looking
cool.
like
A
about
smallish
20
one. We've got
20
about
people.
10 people. That's cool. Yeah.
No, you
can
got
get
more
that
than
many.
10 now.
Right now
That's
on
good.
the radar. I think far more than 10.
Yeah.
It's not far more, but it's...
There's a bit more. I mean, the main instance I'm looking at, maybe to the edges of the camera if I look ahead, then yeah,
One,
there's
two,
probably
three,
about 12,
four,
I reckon.
5, 6, 7.
No, more than that.
Let's see what the contacts
That's
It's
list has.
at least 15 or 16 right now.
Oh, right.
You see, I'm on the external camera at the moment, so yeah, I don't actually. I think I can see about 12, maybe 13 ships, something like that. But just the weird thing about instances, sometimes someone might appear on the scanner and you can't see them, or vice versa. So it's just it does get weird at times. It really does.
17,
Try and jump at 10 minutes past the hour.
17 ships, including myself, on the contacts list. Yannick.
Okay. I believe you.
Respectable.
And only one FDO.
Yeah. I like the sort of tropical paint job. That's actually pretty cool. Actually, it's a man, but it's not an FDL. So.
I was going to say, mine's in my fucking Pearl Pirate one.
Oh yeah. No, the Mamba at the moment, I'm just admiring the paint job on that. So yeah, but it's cool. Yeah, I forget that Kit's sort of out there. Sorry, Delta is out there flying around, doing his thing.
Yeah, as always.
Yeah, you're having fun doing it, so you know I'm not going to stop you.
I'm rusty as hell, so you know.
You might as
gotta
well,
get-
yeah. We're here to
Yeah.
have fun anyway. So
I'm
you know
not
what
gonna.
you're
Wait, yeah, it's me. Of course, I'm gonna know what I'm doing. And before I crash into someone and just like blow someone up in like a sidewinder or
doing.
something.
Yeah.
Please do not blow up the museum piece. It made it to Beagle Point and back all
I
these years.
won't. I won't.
That's why you're at the front there. You went there deliberately for that, so that you don't get crushed in the melee somehow, you know.
It's fine. I'm a better pilot than that.
Famous last words.
To be fair, Brian, you're actually in the best position possible to keep that ship preserved. Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers when I say that. But
Well, the fact that it
Famous
has no
last words.
engineering means that the shields aren't like used in any capacity.
yeah, it's a nice little group. But ooh, and then Rasmus just come in, so that's nice. Right, I will be back in just for a minute.
So we have still people that are not in. Is Johnny Flash in? Did someone
he is.
invite him?
Johnny's in. He's the one that said destructive in many aspects.
Lubber. You know what? Wing for Lubber. Lubber? Lubber. Someone Lubber?
Probably. That T10 did make a big boom.
Yeah, it did.
Jeez. Just in the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, hey there in the chat. Hey, Mac Winston. Yeah, we are talking about old planes sometimes as well. I mean, I know you love talking about anything old engineering-wise, planes especially. It's always wonderful. Anything aerospace, I'll always talk about. It's all good with me.
I need to have a chat with
yeah,
you about helicopters then at some point.
That's aerospace as well. That all counts, you know.
I know.
still a
I'm just
low-speed
saying.
wing aircraft, yeah.
That's why I'm saying it. I said at some point in the
Yeah.
future, me and you need to have a chat about helicopters.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely,
like-
yeah. I think you probably know more about them than I do, but I know enough to have a conversation about them. Sure, yeah.
Yes. Like I said, I do love my helicopters.
Yeah,
many
it's
reasons.
all good. It really is. Okay, we've got about 13 minutes.
There's a joke I once heard about helicopters. Helicopters don't fly; they beat the air into submission.
It's not
Can't argue
totally
that.
wrong, though, is it?
No, it's really not.
One thing I will say there is
Yeah.
British helicopters equals best helicopters.
Yeah.
No. Martian helicopter is best helicopter.
Okay, that's different planet though. There's a bit of difference.
Yeah, a little
What?
bit. A little bit.
Still best
It's all
helicopter.
fine.
Best earthbound helicopters are British made anyway. Anyway, I'm going.
Oh, I got it.
Sorry.
There's some good helicopters from many nations, you know, American, French, Russian, British. There are a lot of very good ones from different countries. It's true.
I will stop. Stop before I go off on a massive rant.
If I said,
you know what
if
it
I,
is, when
if
it
I
comes to aircraft.
mentioned,
What?
if I mentioned the big Sikorsky single rotor sky crane, would anybody know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you
Rings
mean.
a bell.
Yeah.
Think so?
Rings a
I,
bell.
can't, I don't know the exact model, but it's basically the type that lifts air conditionings on top of buildings.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I have a mental picture at the moment of this.
Right. Got a story about one of those. My brother and I were flying in Piper Comanche from an air meet in Texas. And there's a helicopter port across the runway from the private hangars. And we were coming in, we would notice that, oh, look, there's a big Sikorsky down there. Yeah. So we were coming in to land. And apparently they're doing some kind of hover test or something. He's like about 6 feet off the ground and just hovering. We came in, and as soon as we got parallel with him and just about to do the flare-in for the landing, all the lift got knocked out from under our right wing.
Wow.
All of it. And my brother is because of that Sikorsky was basically blowing all the air the wrong way, and my brother saved us by just pouring up full throttle and yanking back on the stick and doing a sharp kind of upper right turn. Had to go around again,
Ooh.
and apparently the Sikorsky guy had seen what had happened, and he got hit, and he got his big chopper down on the ground. Oh, are we already going?
No, we're not going.
Oh,
no,
got 10 minutes.
Not yet. I think
Oh,
probably
yeah,
faster
they're
than
jumping!
People dropping in. There's people dropping in.
What's
I
that?
think someone.
Whoever jumped, they did it prematurely.
Oof. Oh dear. It happened.
That was
There you go.
Commander SP4H.
But you're right though. Those
Uh,
when you get,
It was nice.
I think with an aircraft though, as you say, like there's sometimes, if in doubt, just like full throttle and pull away because it's better than
Yeah.
that than go and smash into something, isn't it? Unless you've got
Oh,
no
yeah.
fuel left, you have no choice. Always do that if you're in doubt, you know.
Yeah.
What are we doing now?
Waiting for.
we're just waiting for-
I don't know about
for the
anybody
time.
else, but the instance I was in, everybody jumped for some reason.
Yes.
I went ahead and followed them, but okay.
Well, Yannick's jump
Oh yeah,
is
oh, it must be in a
10
different
past.
instance because we're still
Yeah.
we're still
Logan's
waiting.
not in
Literally, a
ours.
few people are still coming in. So
Logan's not in
yeah,
ours,
I was gonna say. I mean, we're 9 minutes away from jumping. We haven't done anything yet. We're just literally like mucking about and rotating and like
I think I'm the
Okay.
only one. I'm the only one in the other instance right now that did not jump.
Oh,
So
really?
we might have confused you. Us in instance 6,
Yeah,
we
so-
did it. We just did our mass
Actually, that
jump.
isn't. That's actually just Kit doing his thing. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah.
So,
Well,
so that
okay.
was-
think
I
I've
guess I'll
gone
go
with-
ahead and bring another ship in and do it again. Why not?
oh yeah, that was.
If you make it in time, fair enough.
I was going to say I just hopped in because I heard all the helicopter talk.
Oh,
just an anecdote.
Lured you in.
I was at Gloucestershire Airfield taking on fuel, and it was a busy day, and there was a helicopter sightseeing thing in a Bell 206, and they were hovering a fair distance upwind of us, but we were downwind of them, and it's amazing how far the rotor wash were doing. I mean, we were shut down on the ground waiting for the guy to put fuel in the tanks, and we had to grab hold of a strut each as the rotor wash came down and tried to turn the plane to point at the helicopter. So yeah, you got to watch out for helicopters.
Can someone from the other from the field that's not jumped send Darkstar a wing invite so maybe I could join the second one?
Anyway, that's all I had to say. I shall.
Oh,
Since quickly enough, please do.
I have a recommendation for a video. There's several versions of this on YouTube, but if you want the funniest possible and the and the darkest humor possible of a helicopter story, look up Bill Burr helicopter story.
Oh no.
Just trust me.
Yannick, I recommend you don't do that on stream. Just saying. 'cause
No,
it really
no.
breaks the ice.
Yeah, don't do that on stream. Just go look at it on your own, laugh your butt off, but don't broadcast that.
I'm
Yeah, no, I
intrigued.
wasn't going to be fair. I was going to say I'm going to wait till later. Anything that might be considered to be like violating PG-13, broadly speaking, I'm not going to be doing on stream. So, this isn't like Apollo 15 After Dark. Not yet, anyway.
After dark.
Oh dear.
Well, if we want
Exactly,
it to
in
be
space
dark,
it's
all we
always
have to
dark,
do-
so it's a really awful joke.
Yeah, all we have to do is go in the dark side of the planet. We have this real easy.
Ugh, I hate that. I hate
Point.
that. I hate bad jokes like that.
Somebody did it.
Yeah. It's not
they
the
had a
worst I've
character
ever
do it. I remember on Babylon 5, one of the characters made a joke like that. That goes, "I'm always terrible in the mornings when it's dark out," and they said, "We're in space. It's always dark out." And the other person says, "I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just had a crate drop in.
Yes, it's me, Darkstar.
Nice.
Cool. Blue crate, yeah. Excellent. I own a blue crate as well, so good company, definitely.
Babylon 5 was such a
We got about 6
fantastic
minutes to
show.
go.
We're up to
Wasn't
20.
bad. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I thought it was all right.
I've never watched it.
I think I watched like 3 episodes.
It's okay.
I think it really is. You got
some
to
people
kind
really
of
love it, yeah.
invest in it.
Mind you,
I mean, yes,
Go on, Yannick.
like a similar following to like Deep Space Nine, which again you like have to watch that all the way through to really make sense of it because they're huge story arcs. I mean, I love Deep Space Nine, but not everyone does because not everyone's watched like whole series of it. But yeah, but anything that I think any kind of series that requires like you had to watch the whole story arc, I do need a lot of investment of your time and attention. It's true, you know.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched Star Trek for the first time until I was 17
Oh wow.
because my parents aren't into sci-fi. Well, no, I was into Star Wars. Because I'm only 25.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, Star Wars is like the big space thing for me. But like they
They
just
never,
didn't-
right? That's
They
right.
just never watched Star Trek. Too nerdy for them, especially my mum. Didn't even like Star Wars.
One of the good things at my household is, to be fair, everyone likes sci-fi, so that's a good thing, you know. But still,
Me, my dad, and my brother like.
it's always.
Jesus Christ, that jump came close to me.
I was going to say that Condor, that was just appeared straight in front of the camera. That's
It almost nailed him,
banana-coloured one.
Sigma.
That's cool though. Well, welcome. I'm going to switch back to camera now in the ship. Cool. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to thrust up a bit vertically so that everyone can kind of overtake me as we go out, so I don't get smashed into. Because for once I'm actually going to sort of let most people jump before I do, so we can get this on the stream. 9 times out of 10 I'm usually one of the first to jump, or at least like second or third or something. So yeah.
So 3 minutes. Correct?
Yep, indeed. Yeah. I will try and send a wing invite to who's bashing into me already.
I saw that happen.
To which what's the target system that we use?
The first one in the
It's
list.
in the chat. It's
C20 TAC 7.
nearest one. Now I'm confused who wanted the wing invite.
I had
yeah,
to
this
do
is
that, Yannick.
Infernal
I had to.
Moose. Okay.
He is in.
No, I didn't want one.
Can't
I was
I can't
trying to
actually
let
find
them know
anyone
they
on
could
the-
send
on
me
my
one.
list.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you can find anyone in this list that you can, but I don't actually have these people on my list at the moment, so I don't know what else I can. Oh, Infernal Moose is already here.
Yeah,
Fine, then.
that's what I just said.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
sorry,
need
I was just reading. Yeah, I'm
to,
catching up with like the text from a few minutes ago.
Bloody old man.
It's ridiculous.
This is the way, though. It's like if you try and organise anything like this, you'll have to do about 4 or 5 things simultaneously, and I'm doing the stream. So it's like some things come to me like have happened before, and it's like, oh, that's not now. That's happened 5 minutes ago and stuff. So
And
yeah,
that's why I don't
it's,
organise
it complicates your life a bit.
And,
Yeah.
and that is why I don't organise this stuff.
Minute and a half.
I'm gonna need to take my leave.
Fair enough.
Again, my time is not my own, so I'll hopefully be back in about 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye.
We'll come out for a
Yeah.
minute count.
Cried has the landing gear out.
It's probably on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
unidentified has his
Yeah.
FSD already charged, so we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want to spool up, please do so. We've got a minute to go before we jump.
Is there still people trying to get into the instance?
Frameshift drive charging.
So you charge
I
before,
don't know, to be
you don't
honest.
you charge and then accelerate?
Yes. Charge
Charge now.
Just don't go forward. Just don't
Exactly. Just don't throttle up. Just throttle to 0 and charge up.
So is someone gonna? So this should also work with external camera if you accelerate, right?
It'll cut you out
So
of the
it's
camera
entirely up to you.
as the countdown starts.
Yeah. We're about to start the count anyway, so ready in
Throttle up slowly if
Stand by.
you want.
in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
Stream shows you as charging.
Yeah, the stream's like 30 seconds behind.
Roll away. Yeah, the stream's a bit laggy at the moment, I'm afraid. It is a bit behind. It's catching up now. Yeah, the stream's a bit laggy at the moment, I'm afraid. It is a bit
My
behind.
camera kind of got clipped by that clipper as I went past.
Yay, and we've all got to the sun.
It's very
I
bright.
remember that's gonna do
I'm
the job.
blind.
Wow,
All the
but
probes flying around as well. Who's probing the star?
that looks. I've seen
I know it's
this
for show, basically, isn't it?
I saw
Pretty
this the
much,
first
yeah.
time.
I know it's for show,
How is this
basically.
possible? Does it
Anything's
look
possible.
Oh, it's nice.
FDev.
Right.
Yeah, the
For those
probes
of
are
you
the
who
only
are
thing
still
you can
doing the
see in
meet tomorrow.
Subarus. Sorry.
That's true. Yeah. No, it's fine. I was just about to remind anyone who's wanting to do the main meetup tomorrow, because say Light the Launch is supposed to be like a short meet, and the main sort of like 2-hour job, and the final one, and one people go crazy for, is tomorrow. It'll be kind of similar. Like I'll have a very short talk at the beginning, and then we'll just do all the things we can and just destroy as many SRVs and SLFs as you want, basically, because that's the name of the game right now. The Demolition Derby is on. So I'm going to go back to the carrier in the Waypoint system soon, because we're going to meet there tomorrow, and it's going to be fun. The Waypoint system soon, because we're going to meet there tomorrow.
Headed back to my carrier.
The Delta
Gonna log off because I got other things I need doing.
it's
Awesome.
interesting. I
I'm going to
only
be
see-
flying around for a little bit longer.
It seems like I only see the probes of the
I'm
others,
gonna
but
be
my
flying around for a
own
little
doesn't
bit.
seem to glow that way.
No, you can see it through, I think.
I do that.
It's just usually they fly away.
Let's go back to the Waypoint system. It's like the shortest jump imaginable, almost. There are shorter ones, I suppose. But yeah, it's great to see so many people out today, though. I'm very happy to see the numbers. It's great to see so many people out. Right, now it's a question of which carrier do I go for. Do I go for one that I have been to before, or one that I haven't? Let's have a look at any new ones I haven't seen before. Dauntless, I think I've seen around before. One with it basically being blanked out. Yep, don't think I have. Onion, not landed on that one. Good name. Squeaky Limpet, my favourite name carrier of the expedition. Medal to that guy or girl or whoever. Could be a Thargoid for all I know. Ship for Brains, yep, I do know that one and the commander. Right, Zoot Allure. Now I did actually go to this carrier briefly for repairs on my alt account. Oh yeah, Gloomhaven, don't know that one. Endeavour, that's Kit's carrier, isn't it? And also named after the Apollo 15 command module. Yeah. I think that's a funny thing. I don't know if Kit's probably mentioned it. He probably has actually at some point in his flotilla, but I think he actually did some of his bachelor's degree on Apollo 15 landing site in crater formations or something. It's very specific, so he actually had a personal involvement in it. This is from a British university, so he wasn't in NASA or anything, but still really cool. Orion Shoulder, yeah, it's a good name. Still really cool. Not heard that one before. D-Scan, yeah, from San Diego, I know that one. Chelsea Yukazi, yeah, cool. Crazy Ivan, that's a good name. Johann Strauss, also a nice one, but I think I'll go back to Numa where my other ships are. So that's awesome. But I think I'll go back to Numa where my other ships are. See how many people are actually still with me in the voice chat. There's probably nobody. Oh, there is a few still.
Yeah, there is.
Hello,
still quite a
everybody.
few people.
I think the last one, it was like, I was at one person after 5 minutes after the jump had ended. And so it's like, oh, hello?
You haven't got rid of me just yet.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, it's cool. It's a very different kind of meetup, this one, but I'll watch the videos later on for Mass Landing. But yeah, because it's quite funny. My original plan was to actually have like a split screen between the simulation of the Apollo 15 landing and us all actually landing for the Mass Landing in Elite. And unfortunately, I couldn't get to do that, so I had to quickly change to like a full screen version of the sim instead. But it would have been even cooler if we could have got the split screen. One of those things. Right.